Agree with Johnny. I forget what you were talking about. I'm agree. You just say I agree, not I'm. I agree.
Yes.
Very small one. Then you said famous in middle or high school students. Do you mean famous with middle or high school students? Or do you mean it was famous in middle or high school?
Famous in, yes.
Okay. No students.
Yes.
Drop the word students. It is famous with the students, and that would probably be currently.
Yes.
Or it was famous in middle school or high school, meaning
Okay.
when you went there.
Famous
Yeah. I was popular in high school. I was fat in middle school. It just means during that time.
Yes.
I interesting. You need to say I am interested in.
Interest, yes.
Can't say I interesting because interest can be a verb. Usually it's not. I am interested in. And then a couple times you said the Donald Trump. It is no the. I know he is only one of him, but just his name, Donald Trump. No the.
Yes.
Eugene, you said I surprised. You need again, surprise can be a verb, but usually we say I am surprised and use it as an adjective. I am surprised. I am bored, like that. He distracts the U.S. Army and Air Force. You said the word distract. Distract is different, dude. The word distract means to make someone lose their attention, right? She is trying to study, but I keep touching her paper, or I keep calling her. I am distracting her. I am making her lose her focus. You might have been thinking of the word detract, which means to take away, but that's really talking about like a machine or something is detracting this arm from the machine. I would use the word withdrawal. Withdraw troops, withdraw support, or remove. You could use remove. Withdraw or remove. You said they have their responsibility to express their own opinion. Responsibility to express their own opinion? You could maybe use that sentence, but I think you want to say freedom to express their own opinion. You know, I can express my own opinion, but if I don't want to, I don't have to. If you have a responsibility to express your own opinion, you're saying you must express your own opinion, which you might argue that fact, but I think usually we say the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to express your own opinion. And then at the very end you said get risk. We usually say take a risk. Take. June, you said we live in the country of liberty. It just sounded a little bit strange to me. There's no grammatical error. Maybe a lot of times we say democratic society or a democratic nation. Liberty is a word, yeah. It just sounded a little strange. We live in the country of liberty. I'd never really heard that term or heard that sentence before. You said, I'm so weak at this kind of question. Again, no grammatical error. I'm so weak at this kind of question. We probably just say I'm not good at. I'm so weak is really emphasizing power or skill. Skill, you know. And answering a question, I guess, is a skill, but it just sounded a little strange. China has so grown up very rapidly, so you're kind of being repetitive there, right? So and very. Just kind of choose one. China has grown up very rapidly. Just remove the word so, that's okay. Or China has grown up so much, so rapidly. So and very is repetitive. And then supporting for the certain parties. You have to choose supporting the certain parties or support for the certain parties. You don't say supporting for. Support for or supporting the. Just choose one or the other. Johnny, this is kind of a good one. You said, because I hear this a lot. Right now it's too bad. Most of you understand the difference between so and too, right? Too is in too much, negative. So because of that, we don't really use to with a negative word, like bad. we would just say it's so bad. It's too bad because bad is already negative. I hear that a lot. What's another negative word?
Well, I heard a lot of time too bad.
Too bad. It's too many people here.
Sometimes we do say that's too bad, but only. I want to say only. That's too bad. Oh, too bad. It's like sorry. But when you're saying right now, it's too bad. So bad. So bad. So hungry. Again, too hungry sounds strange. I hear it's one that I hear a lot from Koreans.
So tired.
I'm so tired. I'm too tired. You would not say I'm too tired. You could say I'm too tired to do this. I'm too tired to do this project. But you would not just say I'm too tired. Unless it's an answer. But just as a standalone statement, like you said, right now, I'm too tired. It's not a big mistake. But it just sounds like you're not a native English speaker. You would say I'm so tired. You say I'm too tired, or even too bad, right? That movie is too bad to watch. Why aren't you watching that movie? It's too bad. T-O-O, right? As a response to something or as an answer. But as a standalone statement, you're going to say so, because it's already negative. Social media is the really big power. I would say it has a lot of power or is a really big influence. One or the other. Is the really big power. I would say has a lot of power or is a big influence. One of example, I would just take away of one example, or you can say one of the examples. If you want to point out that there are many of them, many examples, it's easier to just say is one example. Maybe you said of, it is one example of blah blah blah. Maybe that's why you used the word of. You cannot say one of example. If you want to business, I think you might have done that before. You're using business as a verb, right? Business cannot be a verb. If you want to start a business, I think is what you wanted to say there. If you want to do business, that's a little different, you know? If I already have my company and you're like, oh, if you want to do business in Japan, meaning I want to do business, I want to make sales, I want to sell something. If you want to do business, you're going to use that kind of like if I already have a company, or do I want to do business with you? Do I want to work together with you? But that's different than start a business. Usually we say to start your business, to start your own business. We would not really say to do business. You can say to do business, but it's a different situation. And then Trump go to president instead of go to became or was elected. Sunmin, I thought it belongs to Korea. You were talking about prospects. It's just when you say it like that, it sounds too much like an object. I thought it was Korean. Would be better. Same as both. You were saying I agree with them, right? Same as both. Same as them sounds better. Same as them or same as the both of them. Just use the word them. Then you said in my reality. I wasn't exactly sure what, either in reality or in my life. My reality is not, you're not going to hear that much. My reality. It's possible to use that term, but it's not common. Usually in reality, meaning really, or just in my life, like that. And then pronunciation-wise, you said abnormal, but it is abnormal. Abnormal. And last one, Jungmin. I usually use Nike shoes. Grammatically, it's okay, but we probably say wear or buy. And then you kept saying, if I CEO, you need to say if I was a CEO, if I were a CEO. And then I could not understand what you were saying. Like, if you choose a celebrity and something bad happened, you said, if he or she has some wish? I could not hear what you said.
Scandal or
Scandal. What was the
Or
word you used? It's wheeze.
WEEDS.
WEEDS has some weeds.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Where did you see the word weed used like that as a negative thing, like a kind of? I'm trying to think of how
Like a
of where you.
kind, something like that.
Oh, like
Kind.
cocaine.
Yeah. Weed.
Oh, you're talking about the drug.
Yeah.
Weed. Oh, if he or she has some weed, okay, got caught with weed, smoked some weed, or they found them with weed. I see what you're saying now. The drug, marijuana, weed.
Yes.
You would never say it with an S. Also, so that's another reason why I couldn't understand. Weed, the drug. Yeah. If he or she has some, you would say got caught with. Has some. Hey, do you have some weed? You want to come over to my house? Do you have some? Just having some, you would need to emphasize the fact they got caught with, right? And then you said my company go to hell. I understand what you were saying. That's just a lot of times we say our company would go to shit means fall apart. Go to shit actually is more common. Go to hell is very common expression, but not used like with a company really. You go to hell just means like fuck you. Go to hell.
SHIT.
SHIT. To go to shit means fall apart, dramatically drop. Yeah. To go to shit. Everything went to shit means it was just a disaster. Like that little bit of 나쁜마. Any questions? No, we will stop